YouTube, welcome to my review of the Osprey Syncro 15 backpack. During this review we'll go through what I've used it for, because I've had it about at least 18 months, prices, some of the features of it, and also what kind of kit you can fit in a real world. Basically I'll show you what I put into it. But before we get on to that, before I had the Osprey, I actually had box standard Camelback Classic, thinking that'd be fine, but as it turns out, I'm riding longer distances at times. So I thought, so this, like I say, it's the Camelback. All you can really fit in here is your bladder, an inner tube, a really small multi-tool, and I used to wedge my pump in there as well, which wasn't ideal because it'd be scraping through the bladder and giving you a leak. So I desperately needed to upgrade from this, which is when I started looking at other backpacks that you could use a bladder in as well, and this is why I bought this. Now, like I say, I've had it for 18 months, so before I tell you more about it, I'm basing this review on, I've used this for cycling, I've used it for shopping, I've used it for carp fishing, I've used it for magnet fishing. I use it on a day-to-day basis. It's sort of become my man bag that I leave the house, I take this just in case I need anything. It's had absolutely everything in it. It's been overfull to the zips seem like they might burst because it's so full, and it's also had almost daily use. I'd say 300 days out of the year average is what I've used this bag for, and I'm only reviewing it because I think it's really worth reviewing. So right, I'll get onto it, and I will flip the camera around in a minute and bring you a bit closer so you can see a bit more of this, but I'll take you through some of the basics on the outside first. So you've got this loop here, which you push the plastic through the helmet, and when you're not riding, it holds your helmet safely on the back of your bike. It's got a tightening strap here as well, so you can tighten that up to get less movement from it. What you can also do with it, and I mean I've used it, I do YouTube videos and I go cycling, you can put your tripod in it. Well, it's only a small gorilla tripod this is, but my real tripod's what you're watching from now. So basically, undo the tightening, push it down, push the legs together, tighten it back up, and your tripod's on the back while you're actually riding. I find that really useful because when you want to suddenly film something, you've got to take it off your back, but you haven't got to go through the rigmarole of getting your tripod out of your bag. Now, the first pocket, it's only a small pocket, but in there I can fit my keys, wallet, a few odds and ends, which I'll show you because I'm going to pack this bag in a minute, how I use it basically. Your next slightly larger, well, it's a lot larger pocket, opens further down one side. By the way, this is the 15 litre capacity bag. The bladder doesn't come with it, but I'll show you about the bladder in a minute. Now inside here are a couple of elasticated mesh pockets. Further down is a zip pocket. Further down again, well, up the side, sorry, you've got a strap loops. You've got 3 loops that way down the side of the bag. And what they're ideal for is you trap your pump basically inside the 3 loops, so your pump's always safe. And you've also got a little clip, I'm assuming that's for hanging keys on or something, and then you'd have them in your pocket, but I like them on the outside. And then finally, sorry about the clunking by the way, I've got some carabiners I've added to it as well. Inside you have a large main body of the bag. Now mine is filthy, so like I say, I've had it for 18 months and it's been used for absolutely everything. Now inside the top, you've got a small clip that you can undo, and that houses your bladder. Now this is the bladder from the Camelback Classic. You could put something much bigger in here. This holds 2 litres. It does need renewing, and the way this works is there's a hole in the top of the bag. I'll just undo this. There's a strap on one of your shoulder straps I use to loop it through, and it just holds it closer to your face. It goes through the hole on the top of the bag. Like I say, you can put a much bigger bladder in than what I've got in there because of the capacity of the bag. Now inside mine, what I also do, and this is going to get removed now, during summer, the summer months, you want your water to be as cool as you possibly can, which we'll come on to in a minute. But it will also hold, and these are from the pound shop, a slim ice pack. So you can put your ice pack in, put your bladder over the top of it, and if you've got food in your bag, and it'll keep it cool and fresh. As with any hydration pack, you always get that warm bit of water that's trapped in the tube between drinking on a red hot day, which I normally squeeze out or spit out. The advantage to these over a normal camelback is, if we turn it down to the back, is this mesh. I don't know if you can see that very well on camera. I think it's my hand, and you've got like pretty much an inch. Maybe at the bottom you've got about 2 inches, an inch, 3/4 of an inch gap, so your body heat doesn't transfer in as easily onto the actual bladder because there's no contact there. As you load this bag up fuller and fuller, you will get it closer and closer. Now that's handy in summer if you've got the ice pack in, because you can actually feel the cold radiating into your body as well, which I like because I suffer terribly. Going over to the straps themselves, they're actually sort of a, say, 7mm thick neoprene. Now I expected these to wear over time and start going all, squashed out of shape, but they just haven't. There's a couple of loops on, one on either side. Like I say, I use them to feed me tube through so I aren't chasing around for it. I've got a couple of carabiners on there as well, so basically I can hang stuff off the front. It's also got the waist strap. I'm going to wear this in a minute and show you. So you've got a waist strap, and you've got higher up your chest strap. With them all tight, yeah, it won't move, but I don't like using the chest strap just because to get it tight, it has got some elastic in it as well here, so you can actually breathe, but I still don't like the restriction, but it's the same with any, I think. And in the bottom it comes with sort of hiders. It's got some hiders on, but it's fluorescent. Dry bag, so that attaches at the bottom by a buckle. You can take it off to wash it. Goes over the top of your bag. And this is why I don't always wear hiders, by the way, as well, because I have this on my back anyway. And you've got the Osprey logo. Down here you've got some more, and this is all hiders, these hider stripes, and there's a little loop in there as well, so you can actually hook one of your lights to it. If you were using bike packing gear and you're using a saddle bag, a seat pack, whatever you want to call it, you can't always mount a light onto your seat post, so it's ideal for me having that there. Alright, I'll just get that off, show you how easy it is to just stuff it back in basically. And there's a small zip at the bottom. Now, like I say, I've had this for about 18 months, used it daily. It isn't waterproof unless you put the pack on. I did spray it with some shoe waterproofer once. Didn't really have that much of an effect. In the sides here also, by the way, you've got these 2 mesh pockets. When I go out in winter, just bear with me, or sometimes I've got no room in my bag because I carry more clothes in winter. I'll put my little flask in the side. Sometimes in summer I'll actually put a water bottle on the side. I don't like them on my bag. And normally that's the water bottle that's got electrolytes in, so I'm drinking normal tap water from there, and then when I need it I've got the electrolytes too. I have no problems with the zips. I've rammed this so full it looks like it's going to burst, and there's no sign of wear on the zips. The bag itself is wearing really well. I've got no complaints about it whatsoever, which is why I'm reviewing it, to be honest with you. The only one complaint I have about this bag, it might be because of the kind of things I've used it for. Normally as a cyclist, it's on your back, you might stop off somewhere and take it off for a minute and get on the back of a chair, and then you're off again for hours. Because I do a lot of things that involve stopping and starting fishing, magnet fishing, day-to-day use, the only complaint I have is it is starting to get some wear on the bottom corners, which is where I stand it upright. Because if you open this little pocket at the top and you've got all your bits in, and you lie down on this bag, and this is full. Majority of the time everything just slides out, so I like to have it standing up, so that standing up on concrete's warm flat through basically. It would be nice to just have a couple of rubber patches on there, but because I'm so impressed with the bag and I want to keep it, I actually take mine to my local cobblers who customises fishing tackle for me, the fishing tackle luggage, and fixes shoes, so he'll just find something, whether it be webbing, leather, rubber, and glue me a couple of little patches on. It's got this frame built into it, which is what holds the bag rigid and holds everything away. When it comes to washing it, I would have no idea how you get that out. I've tried, and I just cannot do it. When this is fully loaded up as well, the zips, by the way, never fail, never. When this is fully loaded up, you've got these two tensioning straps that you can use to squeeze out some of the air and make it a bit more compact. So basically there's one on either side, and that sort of presses the bag down quite a bit. But what I found in handy for is if you're carrying a large tripod, you can put your tripod legs in here, adjust the strap out of it, have your tripod up here, and have this attached just to keep it against the bag. So now what I'm going to do is talk to you about the price. When I bought it, this was retail was £75. I bought it when it had dropped down to about 70 in the majority of places. I went to Go Outdoors, priced it when they're knowing they're normally pretty cheap, and they were-ish. I think that was 60, 70 quid. But Go Outdoors, if you live in the UK, had a 10%. Basically, if you took something, if you went into the shop with something you wanted, they'd look up on the internet, you tell them where you'd seen it, and they'd knock 10% off the price. So I did get it a little bit cheaper than £70. Now if you want to buy one for this exact one, for the Syncro, 15, and they do other sizes as well, there's a massive range of Syncro stuff now. Go to Go Outdoors, £48.99 I believe they are now. They've actually got a 25% discount off. Sorry, not Go Outdoors, go to Chain Reactions, and they're £48.99, and they've got 25% off the whole Osprey range, so any size you choose, or even if it's not a Syncro, even if it's another model of a similar bag, you'll get 25% off. But I wasn't bothered about the price. It's been worth every penny of the 60 odd quid that I paid for it, and I'd buy one again if I ever needed to. But the only thing I've got to do is touch these up. I want to get the frame out so I can put it in the washing machine, because using it for magnet fishing, it's full of rusty water, it's staining the inside. So now I'm going to show you basically what I'm going to be packing for my next ride, bearing in mind we're in September now in the UK, the weather's started getting cold and rainy, windy, and the rides I'm planning are going to be long, and I haven't done any for a while. So I'm going to show you now basically in the real world how I pack it and what kind of stuff it can actually hold. So this is some of the basic kit that I'm going to take on my next ride, which is tomorrow. But I haven't seen the weather forecast yet, so there might go in there some extra things which I'll come to at the end. But basically, right at the back, I've got a tube, tie levers. Down here I've got my pump. I've actually got 2 different multi-tools. Here I've got a large Allen key and a bolt specific to hook cranks, because if that ever comes undone, you cannot fix it without tying it up, at least without that. Back here, I've got some split links, my computer, which I don't always use, and back there I've got a bit of a puncher kit, even though I'm tubeless, and I've got the inner tube. It's nice to know you've got the extra backup, and usually that's what I offer to people. If I see them at the side of the road or on the canal and they're stuck without anything. Like I say, my flask will probably go with me. I always take ibuprofen because I've got a shoulder injury. In here are waterproof trousers. In here, and it's only for emergencies. I have been out in some rainstorms and wind and what have you that have really caused problems. I've got a poncho that's wearable and it's got tent pegs, so you could set it up as a shelter if you wanted to sit somewhere for a bit, have a coffee. And down this side I've got a selection of lights. I've got a headlight. That's normally for if you get a puncture in the dark, you can stick your headlight on and wherever you look you've got light. A couple of rear lights. These are my front lights, and because it's got such a large power pack that needs plugging into the mains, more often than not that's in my bag just in case I end up in the dark. I've got some GoPro attachments, headphones, my small tripod, sometimes my large tripod. In the small pocket I keep a notepad, a pen, some snacks. I mean, there's not much here at the moment. This has got all my emergency details in. Sometimes I'll put a few notes of things that I find for future rides, but you know, it's got me blood group, my address, emergency contacts, name, address, all the rest of it. I have a few snacks in there, as well as these nuts and what have you. Normally I'd have a couple of flapjacks, a compass and my bandana to cover my face if it gets really cold. On top of that, at this time of year, I could possibly put in a complete spare pair of clothes, such as a dry t-shirt, a dry pair of leggings, anything else I think I might need. And I'm going to be wearing a breathable waterproof coat, so I don't need to pack a waterproof top, because I know we're not going to get that kind of weather. So I'll flip it around again now and show you how this fits into the bag. So thankfully for you, you're not going to get my face in this part of the video. So starting with the smallest pocket, in case of emergency details, we've got a fold away plastic fork. I've got snacks. You could also fit in there, like I say, a few energy bars and my pen. Usually in there I'll keep my headphones in case I feel like listening to music, the compass, my face scarf. There can be other bits. If I know I'm going to be riding in the dark and I've got a seat pack on, I'll have an easy to grab light in there, so I don't have to go inside the bag properly. So I'll be able to do that. Now in the larger part of the bag, like I said to you earlier, bear with me, I say that you never get stuck, but it never works with camera, does it? The loops, you pass your pump through, there's 3 of them. You can get stuck on the pump lever, so it can be a bit fiddly, but what I like about this is once you put it in, if I'm going fishing, it is a bit fiddly, I don't even want to take it out, so it's always, pretty much always with me. Although I have had some times where I've completely emptied it. Right, and the rest of the space in here gets used for all sorts. Sometimes my GoPro will be in there if I'm not filming, but this is where I'll put all the spare lights. So I've got rear light, headlight and another spare light. Hang on, I've got my pump trapped. So yeah, they go in there. And the other pocket too. Have I lost one? No. Further down, we've got the zip pocket. That's where I put anything valuable that I wanted. But there's some space still at the bottom, so the lights go loosely in there. My GoPro parts, more often than not actually, they'll be in here with the ibuprofen. I've got a charging wire which gets put with electrical stuff here. I put the electrical stuff inside because there's less chance. Oh, I also have, and I've not got the camera at the moment, a small power charging station which is about as big as my mobile phone case, so I'll put that in just to show you it fits. I'm making it difficult for myself on the floor here. My computer would also go inside there. I mean, this isn't how everybody has to pack it. And my iPhone wire, so I can charge my iPhone, because it uses a different wire to the power station. In the bottom again, I have my inner tube, so I've got pretty much all my tools in this bottom front part. I don't always take both of these with me. I found that that's got tools on I don't need. It's got spanners and sockets. So I got this, which came in 2 halves, and I've actually undone the bolts at the end and just put the things on that are applicable to my bike. So I've saved myself some weight. That can go in there. Tools, I just generally throw them in. I have my electrical stuff stored in pockets. Tools get thrown in. There's the punchy kit. The theory being, I know I'm going to use probably my lights, I know I'm going to use food, I know I'm going to use chargers. So I want them more organised. And as you can see, when I was saying, when you lay the bag down open, things want to slide out, which is how I've worn the bottom. I always take cable ties because you can bodge fix things with these. Now, puncher kit, just throw it in. You can put this more organised in boxes. It's more about showing you the capacity than how to pack a bag. So we'll get zips up. So that's your small pocket and your medium-sized pockets. Then you've got the majority of the bag, which is the majority of the capacity. This is probably half a litre to 3/4 of a litre, and that other part, I don't know, 3 litres. But here, for the majority of the bag, my poncho is going to go in first with the tent pegs, simply because the likelihood of using them is a lot less. I've got the waterproof trousers. I've got my flask in one side pocket. Let's say you wanted to take your large tripod. I can't show you because the camera's mounted to it now. Then you'd have that on the back. When you're riding, obviously you've got your camera off, you put your helmet on, or vice versa, you could have that on the front. Now, as you can see, with the amount of space that there is still left inside this, quite a lot of space. I could put a spare t-shirt in, leggings, sandwiches, food, camera, and still got plenty of room. So as you can see, it's these straps, like I say, if I had it loaded up like this now, I could use these straps to make it a bit more compact, a bit like compression straps in a way, I suppose. And tying it up, and there from the back, like I say, I've added these cheap carabiners just so when these are over my shoulder, I've got extra. I can dangle stuff off these should I need to. And again, I'll fit the helmet just so you can see. And we've still got this side pocket free. And you can hold quite some tall stuff because, like I said, you slacken the strap off, you put it in there, and as it comes up, you've got this slackened off. And it sort of traps it against the bag. Again, I've had no problems with any of these clips, straps or zips. Nothing at all. I think this is a brilliant idea. I've really benefited from this in summer, having this air gap. Your body's not transferring heat onto your water, and it's comfy because it's got some, it's quite, you know, sort of springy. You've got nothing that's in your bag that might be sharp, sticking out, or bumpy, and your tools or your pump sticking in your back. You just feel this nice, smooth finish. They're really comfy, and the straps are really comfy too. Like I say, I'm surprised. I thought these would have worn and flattened down a bit, but they just haven't. I'll show you it again a little bit better. All I do with this is thread it through. You can do it either way, but my tube just works this way around. And I'll put it on now and show you what it looks like to wear with and without the straps. So this is the bag from the front. Like I say, having this trapped under here keeps it pointing, so you always know where it is. If you didn't put it through this strap, the wind would have it off in all sorts of directions. I've actually got it set a little bit low, so there are just 2 straps that you pull. There we go, that's got it right. Nice to snug up your back. I don't use this chest strap, like I say, so it's probably not even set properly for me. In fact, it definitely isn't. Either that or I put some weight on, but this clips across here. I don't like it because I just don't want even a slight bit of restriction on me. I do use the lower straps. And again, the buckles are really good. They stay where they are, they don't start coming undone again. these two things have been brilliant. It's just an addition I made, just so I think I was fishing and I wanted to hang a bag on the front of me or something. So just to show you from the side, like again, it's not even full. You can put quite a lot more stuff in there, be it spare clothes and food. The helmet hangs there nicely. You can, once you've learned the knack, which is where my mind's a little bit lower usually, actually grab stuff. But it is a bit awkward. You do have to, if you can see what I mean, it's just a bit far around, but you can get stuff in and out. And like I say, comfort wise, absolutely brilliant. I'll tell you some of the things I've done with this. Like I say, I've been shopping with it, I've been walking with it, I just go everywhere with it. Obviously there's me cycling as well. I went for 2 days with this packed. Caught a train into Wales with all my kit for 2 days in this. Cycled across Wales, did the Wales fastest zip line, carried on cycling until I got to Llanberis, stayed the night, woke up the next morning after breakfast, climbed Mount Snowdon with all the kit in, with the bike, cycled back across North Wales, went home, and it was perfect. I did not need any other room, and that wasn't an occasion when it was absolutely rammed. I mean, I've got a down coat now for winter, that could go in here because it packs nice and small. So, rating out of 10 for this coat, I would definitely give it coat, bag. I'd definitely have to give it a high 9, like a 9+. The only thing that I'm marking it down on is there's no protection along the bottom. So if you stand it up on concrete regular, up and down over time, like I say, I've had this 18 months, so that's not bad at all. If you had something there, to definitely get a 10. If you don't think this is going to be big enough for you, they do them bigger. This might even be the smallest or one of the smallest. And have a look at Chain Reactions. They ship globally, I think, and they've got a massive range of newer stuff than this. This is it. I've had it 18 months, like I say, and it's dropped from the retail price of £75 to £48.99. You can put the bigger bladder in, like I say. And I can't really knock it in any other way. Now, this video is the start of my channel returning to the cycling videos. It's been messy and all over the place, so there's going to be a lot more cycling content. I've missed the whole summer cycling, which is why I thought I'll do this review, because I've got this 15 litre bag and I know I can go for a ride for the entire day, pretty much any weather, and have everything I need. And I can't sing its praises highly enough. It's just that it should have some little plastic corner caps or something a bit more sturdy, just to give it that bit of protection so you aren't getting any little holes or rips in it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I say, more cycling content to come. Next video is my next ride, which is tomorrow. I don't know where I'm going. I've not been since the seizure really anywhere, so I'm going to aim for about 30-40 miles, and I'm going to load it up with everything. I'm going to put spare clothes in, just to give me that, make it that bit more difficult to get my fitness a bit higher. So thanks for watching.